What's going on, guys? Just making a quick video. One of the questions I get asked a lot is build it or buy it, so I'm gonna make a quick video. I just got done with doing like a budget lightweight build of some sorts. It was a 300 blackout. My upper's complete. I have a lower, a Tennessee Arms polymer lower. I know you guys are probably gonna judge me because it's polymer, but I just wanted to try one out, just see it's, lightweight, see how it holds up. I'm not gonna shoot the gun a lot. It's primarily gonna be like a hunting gun for the state of Washington here to take out some white-tailed deer, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna just go over pretty much what I have in the gun and the steps I took to pretty much get the best pricing. It's not hard. A lot of people get deterred by building their own AR. Super easy. It's Legos for grown men. That's really what it is. And there's tons of videos out there on YouTube. Use your resources. It's not hard. Minimal tools required. I'm sure if you're a gun nut or into guns, I'm sure someone has the tools to build them. And if not, if you purchase them, they're not expensive. But yeah, to get into it, right? So I have this 300 blackout. I'll show you real quick. So pretty much, this is my wife's lower, right? It's a Wilson Combat lower I kind of built out. But there's a Bushnell scope, the handguard, stainless steel barrel, Strike Industries comp. I'm gonna go into pricing real fast for you, right? So, how long did it take me to build this gun, right? Between searching deals, finding them, just, whatever. Less than a month, honestly, less than a month to build the upper, at least, to get all the parts for the upper. So yeah, my first order, right, was from Classic Firearms. I use them every now and again. But my first order was $141.33, right? And that was the barrel. It's a 16-inch stainless steel 1 1/8 twist medium contour barrel. It's not a government profile. It's not a heavy profile, but it does really good, especially when I rapid fire. It doesn't heat up too much, so my groupings stay really good. And I'm actually very happy with this barrel. I'll go into it more in a second. But the barrel cost was $76.79. Right, and then with that, I bought a carbine length gas tube that was $7.99, and then an Anderson stripped upper was $40. Now with me, I was lucky. I had a spare gas block laying around. It's a 750 gas block. Some of you might have one, maybe not, but they're very affordable. You can even go with an adjustable gas block from Joe Bob Outfitters. They have them for like $24. So anyway, other than that, the next deal I found was a 1-inch cantilever scope mount. $14.96, and that was from eBay. Took me a while because some of them were like, I don't know, I just didn't like the look of a lot of them until I finally found like a pretty basic looking one that I thought looked good. Other than that, the next order was a Strike Industries, what was it, the J-Comp, the V2, $40. I found that on pretty much every website was like $40. The Tennessee Arms lower, that was $40, and then obviously a transfer fee. It's going to vary from whatever state you're in. The scope, let's talk about the scope. So the scope, I got a really good deal. A buddy of mine pretty much sent it to me and was like, hey, have you seen this deal? And I was like, oh, wow, like I'm building my 300 blackout. This would go perfect. So it's a Bushnell Banner. It's a 3x9x40. Illuminated reticle, green and red, which it doesn't matter to me, but it's still kind of cool to have it. And the price point, right? So with shipping, was $44.99 for a 3x9. Glass is super clear. I've owned several Vortexes. I know some people are like, Vortex, but I love Vortex. And this Bushnell scope actually surprised me. Super solid setup. It's treated me well. The next thing, right, was my bolt carrier group, Palmetto State Armory. Nickel boron, $89.99. Free shipping. They're always doing their free shipping deals and stuff like that. I can't complain about it. It works good. The only thing I'm a little upset about was the finish. I know sometimes Palmetto State, their QA sometimes goes a little, haywire every now and then. But my nickel boron is more of like a matte finish, and I'll show you here in a second. You might be able to pick up on it, maybe not, but you can tell it's more of like a matte finish than more of like a shinier stainless steel looking finish. Let's see, and the handguard, right? So let's talk handguards. Everyone knows when you look for handguards for an AR, they're super expensive, over $100. The company I like to use a lot is Stinger, Stinger Supremacy. I have one on my wife's AR. I love it. I've pretty much used them on about 6 or 7 builds. Once I found out about them, I was hooked. I like their styling, and they're very affordable. I mean, you're talking a 15-inch handguard for like I think $102, like shipped or whatever it is. But I found this handguard on AliExpress app, and I was just bored looking. I was like, oh, let me just type in AR-15. So I typed it in. They had a 12-inch M-LOK handguard for $34. And I looked at the pictures. Some people put pictures of it mounted up and everything, and I read the reviews, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not perfect, but for $34, you can't beat it, and it's been solid. It hasn't shifted. It's got nice little locking lugs on it for the barrel nut and stuff like that. So it's pretty solid. Yeah, so anyway, and just the upper, right now the charging handle I got off of, I think it was the Wish app, believe it or not. And it looks like a Raptor. It's like a Raptor clone charging handle. That one was $25, right? Now the only thing I actually need on my upper is a dust cover and a forward assist. And I'm going to get that from Classic Farms. They have the whole kit for, what is it, $12.99. That's a dust cover with the forward assist, with all the pins, springs you need, you know, so that's ready to go. All right, so show you this real quick. So obviously this is on my wife's lower, right? Wilson Combat lower. I love it. It's been awesome. But you can see the nickel boron. I don't know if you can kind of tell here, a little hard on a phone, but it's kind of like a matte finish. No matter how much I let it soak or try to clean it or scrub it, it's just matte. But the handguard, right? So let's look at this handguard. $34. A little bit of a gap from the receiver, not a big deal. Everything's holding up. Headspace is good. All that other jazz, you know. But the barrel's super nice. There's the Strike Industries J-Comp. There's the Bushnell banner scope and the cantilever mount, you know. Super solid setup, right? So let's talk about the lower, right? So with the lower, you know, I obviously have this Tennessee Arms lower, $40, right? Well, technically, so that upper price, right, at $443, that's including the lower as well, right? So because it was a $40 lower with the price in there, whatever. So there's two options, right? You can either buy a lower parts kit, which comes, you know, with your standard, you know, A2 pistol grip and your mil-spec trigger control, your fire control grips, I should say. You know, just bare bones. You know, it's basic. It's gonna get the job done. Those parts have been proven time and time again to work. Or you can go more of a custom route and pretty much pick out your different components to a lower parts kit. Just give a little more flair, pop if you're into that type of thing. Obviously, my wife's lower is gonna be pretty because that's how she is. But your lower parts kit, right? So around average, you're gonna find them for like $48.73. And then a buttstock, just any random buttstock. I found a Strike Industries buttstock for $30.99. Kind of nice, kind of edgy. But you can get a mag pull for $34 to $35 easily. And then buffer tube kit, right? So we're talking buffer tube. We're talking the spring, the carbine, buffer, the castle nut, and the end plate, right? All that on eBay for $26.32. Now, listen, so when you buy these kits off eBay, try to watch where you buy them from, because I purchased some of these kits and the carbine, or rather I should say the buffer spring has been out of spec, and it's actually caused me some issues with cycling and feeding and all that other stuff. But if you watch like who sells it, like the company selling it, as long as they have good reviews, it's probably a pretty solid product. You know, it's mil spec, so but you just watch it, because I've had that issue before, right? So if we do the lower parts kit, buttstock, buffer, that's $106.04 added to finish the lower, right? That brings our total cost with optic for $549.31, right? So that's ready to go, ready to shoot. You know, when you buy an AR now, it doesn't come with an optic. It might come with some iron sights or something, maybe if you're lucky. But I'm talking optic, ready to go, out the door, $549. It's pretty good. Now let's go custom, right? If we custom out our whole lower parts kit, right? I'm talking like an ambi safety. I'm talking about an enhanced, you know, magazine release, an enhanced bolt catch, you know, all those fatter, maybe nice anodizing. What else? Stainless steel fire control group, extended takedown pins, same buttstock, same buffer tube, the whole nine, and then a nice pistol grip, like a rubbery pistol grip. That's coming in at $88.66, right? So you have a $39.93 gap between those two options. Now, in my opinion, is the extra $40 worth it? Yes, but at the same time, if you're trying to build a budget rifle, or you know, maybe you just don't have the funds, or you're just going to slowly build another rifle, then $40 actually is a lot. You know what I mean? It does add up over time. But yeah, so I mean, $549.31 for just going bare bones, get it done. Your uppers can perform great. Or you're at $589.24 optic included for your more custom, you know, aesthetically pleasing rifle. Not bad at all. I mean, you really can't beat that. And you just gotta wait for the deals, honestly. Try to have that surplus of money sitting somewhere, and then when you see these deals, buy them. But I didn't have to wait long for these deals. I mean, literally everything happened within a month. I was like, done, 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 done. But this barrel, I mean, from Classic Firearms, I hear a lot of things are like, oh, you know, it's got to be a Ballistic Advantage or a Wilson Combat or even, what is it, Rainier. You know, it's got to be one of those, you know, and it doesn't. Honestly, it really doesn't. With this barrel, with MagTech 123 grain bulk 300 blackout, I was getting either right at an inch or under at 100 yards. No problem. As long as I did what I had to do and just felt confident about the shot, it was there all day. The 110 grain VMAX from Hornady Loading, solid. Probably about half inch to 3/4 inch groups. I hand load for this now, and I'm pretty much right there again. And hand loading for it's been a little bit of a hassle, but it hasn't been bad. You know, 300 blackout's a little tricky, but it's been fun. It's a super fun gun. I love it. I'll roll in some footage at the end, just doing some like rapid fire stuff, silly stuff, but it's just super easy to keep the gun on target. But yeah, build it. Just build it. Go out there, build it. I mean, this rifle, I love it. I love it to death. I didn't know if I was gonna like the 300 blackout. Honestly, I was gonna do like an AR-47 build, but no, the 300 blackout, I like it a lot. And you know, any questions, you know, go down and ask. The website I use is gun.deals. You can go on Google and type in gun.deals. It'll pop up. Check Palmetto State Armory. There's like another website like AR15discounts.com or something like that. They're there. eBay, man. eBay of all places. Even these like Wish apps and stuff like that. You don't have to go crazy. If they're just like, if they're just like controls, like, you know, your safety or a mag release, a bolt catch, there's nothing really needed. It's just a part. They're everywhere. Everyone's been producing all different types of colors and this and that. Do it. Charging handle. Do you need to pay $90 for a charging handle? No. I have this Raptor knockoff for $25, you know, and it works great, looks the part, but it's not, you know, some knockoff charging handle. And another thing too is if you like triggers, right? A lot of guys that go in, they buy the drop-in triggers, and you can do that too. That's no problem if you have the money for it. But if not, looking at the JP Enterprise, what is it? Reduced power spring set, right? So when I first put them in, my trigger pull was like 2.5 pounds. It was ridiculous. I was hoping it was enough poundage to just set off the primer, but it wasn't. I get like 1 in 5 strikes and it'd finally fire. So what I did was I just changed out the hammer spring back to the mil-spec spring, and now I think my trigger pull's right at 4 pounds. And it's actually, I like it. It's actually really good. I was surprised. There's all types of stuff out there for your trigger. I mean, if you want to be budget, I think the springs cost like $25. And I get them through Joe Bob Outfitters, who also makes a grip screw, right? So they have a grip screw that presses against your fire control group, and it takes out all slop. So literally, your finger goes on it, and boom, and then the reset right there. And it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's definitely a cool little thing. It's definitely budget-minded, and you know, everyone who shoots my ARs, they love them. They're like, oh, this trigger's great. This rifle feels great. The whole nine. So, you know, we'll make another video and go into a little bit more detail about how I set my ARs up with heavy buffers, adjustable gas blocks, you know, compensators, the whole nine, just to give it a little bit more of that better feeling. But I'm telling you, once you build it and you fire your first few rounds through it, there's nothing like it. You know, you just built a firearm and it runs perfect. It's the best feeling in the world. But thanks for watching. You know, any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer you guys as fast as possible. Thanks, guys.